Previously on the Great Ace Attorney. What is it?
Look, just here. Look at this.
That's, without question, something I just saw from outside.
It's blood.
Yes, I know. Why would there be a blood stain there? Because somebody kicked a body through the skylight onto the floor, and that's why there's a blood stain there. Although I don't remember that being there before, but I may have just missed it. Hello, YouTube. I'm Unca Crunk. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney and the adventure of the Clouded Kokoro.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than that which we have observed. Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea, leading him to the distant memory of that snowy evening. To the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back. Lit in the soft glow of gas lamps, a most extraordinary scene had been set. And under the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
Well then, 19th February, 9:47 a.m., British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office.
Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo?
No, not at all.
It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? The rooms were so luxurious. I felt like we were staying in a palace. And with all the gaslights twinkling, it was brighter than day, even in the middle of the night.
What about the enormous beds? After my time on the SS Buria, I wasn't going to waste a single inch of that space. Spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other side. It was tossing and turning all night long. That's why I didn't sleep.
Oh yes, it really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. Except when I learned that we owed £3 for the rooms, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare.
Oops, sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance was so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking.
In a lodging house in Japan, that sum of money would have put a roof over your head for a whole year. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we were presented with the bill. Oh.
I really am sorry.
Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less.
Yeah, I really should have accepted Mr. McGilda's offer of 1,000 guineas.
London is a scary place.
Let's see. This is probably the man himself. Oh, good morning to you at this early hour.
There he is. No, yes, well. Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday.
Susato-san is amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart.
I mean, just look at him. He just...
Not her type, I guess. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices.
Yes, it was very eye-opening. Thank you. And in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Naruhodo performed his duty to the end.
Yes, I've already been apprised of the events. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed.
No.
No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer.
Wait, really?
My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern island.
But I'm here to study, not... I'm a lawyer already? Thank you very much. So I'm a lawyer now.
No. In view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem.
Another case? Already?
Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I?
Absolutely not. It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it.
What's to come to terms with? The man was cleared. What more were you hoping for?
An answer.
The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Just can't help wondering if Mr. McGilded really was innocent. Mr. Naruhodo, it's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial ended.
Oh, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer.
Sorry. What do you mean, Lord Stoneheart?
Magnus McGilded passed away immediately following the trial.
Oh my god, I was right the first time. Still don't think the Van Zeeks did it. No! What? Mr. McGilded is dead?
Oh, I'm sorry, did I use a euphemism you're unfamiliar with?
No. I know what passed away means.
I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk.
Oh, okay. Don't understand what happened. How could he be dead?
After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you'll presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom.
Yes, of course. That was the scene of the crime which Mr. McGilded had been accused of.
Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames.
No. How could such a thing have happened? Arson.
That is being investigated as we speak. But already, the police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of McGilded.
That's awful.
The man must have slipped inside whilst the bailiff's attention was elsewhere.
That bailiff really needs to pay more attention. And how could that have happened?
That is also being investigated as we speak.
Thinking back now, immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilda did mention going back into the courtroom to look at the omnibus.
Well, I must be making tracks now. Just time for the inspection.
Sorry, what inspection?
They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
An inspection of the omnibus. Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage.
Then, who was Mr. McGilda talking about?
Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police.
Poor Mr. McGilded.
I wonder if he had any heirs.
So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court?
Oh, well, no. I mean, it was, wow.
Mr. Naruhodo means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old.
Wow. Suzuno-san has such a way with words.
And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones.
You're reading my mind again.
You were whispering. Blue text. You remember I told you a couple of days ago. Oh, right.
Can I just say, her character model is adorable, especially this expression right here, where she's looking at Naruhodo like he's a complete idiot.
The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can.
Yeah, okay. Most advanced in the world, is it?
It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple affair.
Simple? That was simple.
As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose.
Wait a minute, did you know that the fix was in?
I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple.
I'm back to being suspicious of him.
The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them.
In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Did I read the wrong voice just then? Yeah, I did. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Yeah, it's something funny.
No, well, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I agree, you idiot. I don't know about that. You're hopeless.
Oh, never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much, at least, is an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I have prepared the new case for you that I mentioned before.
Yeah, what's going on?
What was he going to say before? Could you perhaps give us some more details about the new case you mentioned?
Don't tell me it's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes.
Don't worry, it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. In fact, This case is completely different.
Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind?
That is to say, no one has died, as yet.
Oh, but was she not dead?
And the trial will not be today. There is plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. The trial is tomorrow. 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise.
Oh my god, I was right.
So the trial's tomorrow then.
Is everything all right?
Oh yes, I'm just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was, well, it's left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
I don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after Mr. McGilda's trial.
Yes, I nearly forgot. There is one similarity with yesterday's case. Once again, there's currently no one to advocate for the defense.
Oh.
If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome.
The most terrible end awaits the defendant.
Yes, that's right.
Here we go again.
Your time is up. You will have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. After all, the clock is ever ticking. There's now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until the court sits.
Last time he mentioned the 23 hours, he said there was plenty of time.
And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There is something I should like to ask you.
Oh, what's that?
Yesterday, you remarked upon something. That you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds.
Oh, well, Kazuma always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world works so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself. And there's another thing.
Another thing? Continue.
On the way here on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important I have to do.
Something very important. And what exactly would that be?
He never had a chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if he'd ever made it to Great Britain.
You're out of time. Well, thank you for an enlightening discussion.
Mr. Naruhodo, what's all this about? Mr. Asogi never wants to mention anything of the sort to me.
I urge you both to focus your attentions on the matter at hand. I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to apprise you of the details.
How long has he been standing there?
So, I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell.
Okay, farewell. There's something very important that I have to do? Kazuma-sama, what did you mean?
I wish I knew. But honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we had better talk to the detective, don't you think?
Yes, you're right. Hello.
I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all. Is that, well, it's not a bag, but whatever you call it when you roll something up in newspapers, of chips? It is! Well, massive potato wedges. Could we trouble you? What do y'all think? Lovely weather, isn't it? What's the weather got to do with anything? Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent eating out of your hand, you know. Yeah, but Susato-san told me he was foolproof. I'm a busy man. A very busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to give the likes of you a talking to. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying, Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. All because some bumpkin who's here on a jaunt from a country I've never even heard of. Hear that ribbon sound? That's my reputation at the yard going to tatters. There's no need to rip us apart as well. I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Ryonosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer. Eh? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant,
Hey?
It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it?
It is unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine.
Unbelievable. How did she pull that off? Boobies.
So, what's Darngard had asked me to fill you in on the case? My name's Tobias Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard.
Gregson? Inspector Gregson? Oh, what's the matter with Susato-san? Let me guess, he's in her favorite books. Does this detective's name mean something to her? Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Gregson? You're acting like you know this man's Miss Susato, but he's a London detective. Which reminds me, what the hell ever happened to Hosonaga? Did he go back to Japan? Oh, I do know him very well, in fact. Very well? Oh, okay, no wonder he was so nice to you. Yes, he features prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, you know of him. He doesn't know you. Oh, and that publication, what's it called again? Rants Magazine or some such? That's right. Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful friendly rivalry. Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time.
Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've earned his highest praise. Gregson is the pick of a bad lot of all the Scotland Yarders. Those were his own words. That's his highest praise? Well, Mr. Sholmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see.
That he is not. And thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now.
That's great, isn't it?
I have to admit that to start with, I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the yard went through the roof.
That's wonderful.
No, it is not. There's nothing more sinister than the man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure.
Rumors? Are you quite sure?
He's changed since he started appearing in those stories. The fame's gone to his head. Stuff like that.
Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you?
Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying. I know what folks are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying. Sure as eggs is eggs.
Sasato, is there any time eggs aren't eggs? Right after they hatch.
Never mind. I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work.
Oh dear. Perhaps the sunrise to fame does change people.
So, about the case that the Lord Chief Justice mentioned before.
None to tell, really. As far as we're concerned at the yard, it couldn't be simpler.
Oh dear. That probably means that as far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated.
I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. Also, you usually are.
The young woman was walking along the pavement on Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in hospital unconscious.
That's despicable! What sort of coward would attack the poor woman from behind?
I suppose you would have finished whoever it was off with a Susato takedown, would you?
That is neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhodo.
Brace yourself for Inosuke, you've angered her now. Well, it was a rather stupid comment.
Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest.
So, there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit.
Or perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question?
Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one.
Sorry.
There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now.
Why ever not?
Simple. Prosecutor that's been assigned to the trial tomorrow is Lord Baron von Zeeks.
No.
Well, of course it is.
Sounds like you've heard of him then.
Oh yes, we are very familiar with Lord Van Zeeks. Believed to be the harbinger of death itself.
The Reaper of the Bailey. Lord Baron Van Zeeks, who we faced in court only yesterday.
Mr. McGilded told us about him before the trial, didn't he? When Van Zeeks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
Wait a minute, he lost that case, but McGilded died. Okay, perfect record then. This Reaper of the Bailey nickname. Suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty, is that it? Don't tell me this has happened before.
Well, if that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Naruhodo secured a verdict of not guilty.
Huh. And what of it?
I think that means even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant.
No, you really don't have a clue, do you?
What do you mean?
What happened to that bloke in the end, eh?
He's dead.
Magnus McGilded became a cropper in that omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't rightly say you saved the defendant, can you?
But what are you saying?
Look, if Van Zeeks could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. That's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles, he works magic. Black magic. I'd have a good long think about that if I were you.
Are we really supposed to believe that?
Yeah, no, I'm not buying it. Right. Well, I filled your NS request and I'm very nearly out of chips. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. Still carrying out a few investigations there.
It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place.
That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself.
You've branded him a criminal already?
He's as good as. Shaking like a leaf in his cell, he is. I'll give you a chuckle and nothing else. He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer, and he'll show you the way.
Inmate 53. Thank you. So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, as they say. Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo? To tell the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down now. That takes courage, too. But if the man they've arrested is innocent, you could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny. So, if I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm really not sure if I'll be able to help this man, whoever he is, but I'd like to try. So, I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help? Did you really think you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant. Thank you. So then, shall we? Yes! Let's go! Okay, that pose is cute too. All right. Going to, where are we going? Prison! Okay. Okay, let's go talk to this, suspect person. Damn, okay, this is, a lot different from the, what is it, visitors area of modern day prisons. 19th February, local prison, cell 9. So these are British prison cells. Oh, they're ghastly. Feels just like a dungeon. Yes, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo. You're making it seem worse. Apparently, our client is in this cell here. It's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop hiding at the back of the cell and show your face at once. Am I a cat, as yet with no name? Calling me by a number is utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer. Mr. Naruhodo, what? What do you think is going on here? I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese! Oh, hello. Excuse me, but... Shh! Quiet! They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it. Right. So I could. There you are. You've come to Curse Me Avenue. Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost. A ghost? We mean you no harm, Prisoner San. Are you Japanese by any chance? This is beyond my wildest dreams. Well, he seems happy to see us. Forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land. So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment. Oh dear. Who could have guessed that this new client Lord Strongheart assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? What compassion my fellow countrymen show. To dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Another one? Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon. You have been misinformed. A first-class lawyer? Oh dear, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here. I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what's happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example?
Yes, I can. I will.
Shan't! Stay sullen and silent! I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy.
Yes, he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
And I am Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba.
I am a visiting student sent here by our government, notoriously named Natsume. Soseki Natsume.
Okay.
Soseki Natsume-san. What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see. A writer of haiku.
Never would have guessed.
I was actually thinking more along the lines of actor, but whatever. It's something of a nom de plume.
A nom de boile? You mean an alias? That's right, Naruhodo-san.
No. Don't be so prosaic. I'm much more refined than that. I say words in French.
And haiku? That really reminds me of home. Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student sent over here by the government?
Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this! It's beyond the pale.
Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here?
No. I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course.
Oh.
But just because the government tells you to do something doesn't mean you can do it.
No.
What do you mean?
If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no. They told me to study the English language.
Doesn't understanding of the former require knowledge of the latter?
Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable.
I see.
The Meiji Reformation must have been a wild time for students in Japan, academics in Japan.
Why don't you just nip on over to Great Britain and learn stuff? Don't worry, we'll pay for it. Give you a tiny amount of money to live on, that sort of thing.
Only the other day, I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on whitewash sheet.
Eh? You must be a man of great standing.
Oh, yes. So I'm often told.
And often like to be told, it seems. Could you perhaps tell us why exactly you've been arrested, Soseki-san?
I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder.
Murder?
Oh, no. It's all right. The woman didn't actually die, did she?
Well, not yet.
But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes.
Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker?
I didn't see anyone.
But
If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here?
yeah, possibly. Oh dear, it seems this case is becoming rather complicated.
Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me?
Oh dear.
It's the curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient.
So, Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. It's vital that we find out more about the case. So?
It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I'd been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings.
You sure the bookshop wasn't accursed as well?
As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman, wearing a green overcoat she was. And just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet.
How terrible.
I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard.
Slight exaggeration there, perhaps? He's a poet.
I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings.
Well, that's wrong choice. Yeah, that's not good.
They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that.
Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours?
Don't be ridiculous! Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English and a young woman at that? I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people.
I see.
A young woman unknown to Soseki-san. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anybody pass you?
Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul.
No one. Oh, great. So the victim was unknown to you and there was nobody else on the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? Don't tell me. Someone threw a knife at this idiot and hit her instead. Should have brought an extra knife. What conundrum? Sorry, I was thinking to myself. What do you mean, Suzato-san? What's the conundrum? Well, if what Soseki-san has just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says that he didn't know the victim and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen. I did! But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit. Wrong knife, I just said. You! What did you just say? Nothing! Didn't say anything. Oops, perhaps I thought that a little loudly. Susanoo, I thought you said that the blue text was sometimes whispering. It is sometimes whispering, but usually it's not. Actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Soseki-san actually come to be arrested? Oh. Sorry? He didn't touch the victim and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Ooh, that's a very good question, Suzato. Thank you. I was too busy thinking about the house as instead of the, well, that particular how.
It was him.
Him?
That accursed great detective. He led the police to me.
Oh, God. Sholmes.
Of all the bad luck.
Accursed great detective. Could it possibly be anyone else?
I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed, busybody, begone!
Yep.
May you be cursed until the end of your days, Hairlock Sholmes!
I knew it. Follow the footprints back to his house, I guess. Mr. Sholmes? Well, not house. Accursed lodgings, apparently. Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure.
It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst in through the door. They started shouting at me, "This is the police, put the weapon down!" Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon! Disgusting dietary discrimination! Devils!
You clearly had a trying morning yesterday.
And there he was, in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Hairlock Sholmes!
Guy is actually just Herlock Sholmes. He's English.
I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London.
Yes, the great detective is really very well known.
And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman,
Me, this weak, stooped kitten of a man.
I wonder what great deduction process led him to this conclusion this time. Do you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable.
Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in.
Of course you were. That's only natural.
I was terrified and trembling. They kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English. Fiendish foreign film flummery.
Well, I mean, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English.
Good point, good point. But my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes, I do, and I'm fine.
Oh, dear.
The next thing I knew, I was in manacles. And before I knew it, I was thrown in here.
Oh, dear. I'm afraid that's hardly surprising. I'm fine. It's not fine now.
Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Yep. You can just call me Naruhodo, and when we're speaking English, a simple Mr. is more than enough.
Oh, yes, all right, yes. They've really got me. This country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you?
Well,
Why is it so hard to say yes to me?
said, oh, no, oh, dear. Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself on a study tour.
A student?
I have defended a case in the Old Bailey, only the one, though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means.
Oh, Naruhodo-san.
Not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm sort of a locum lawyer, I suppose.
But that armband! That's the mark of a defense lawyer from a great empire!
It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend.
A keepsake. I know exactly what they're saying about me.
Oh, who do you mean?
The lawyers. All the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me.
Goodness, why? Why do you say that?
For the same reason as you noted before. When it happened, there was only the victim and myself around. And I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit. Must be very hard for you, Soseki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them. Someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing about me before. In my earshot. Without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said. And, of course, the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say, the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway.
That's awful.
They're wrong. I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent
They all hate me. So, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. Saseki-san is just that. Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can for the time being. What do you mean? We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Oh, yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. We should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for. All right. That promises to. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we're going to do that in the next episode. Do the outro. So, Van Zieks doesn't win every trial, but every defendant that goes up against him is damned. By which they mean, I think, that they all come to a sticky end. I don't for a second believe that Van Zieks is killing anyone. To my mind, there are three possibilities. 1, bad luck. A complete coincidence. Either the acquitted met with an unlucky accident or someone who was wronged by whatever crime was committed feels the defendant was exonerated in error and they took matters into their own hands. 2, conspiracy. Someone has a vendetta against Van Zieks, but rather than trying to ensure he loses every case or ruin him socially or financially, something reasonable, they kill anyone who escapes him in court. And 3, Van Zieks is actually cursed. I mean, least likely, of course, but this is a franchise where magic exists, or at least spirit channeling. Personally, I'm leaning towards the second one. As for this case, I'm thinking the knife in that poor lady's back was thrown, and that's why our man didn't see anyone. Whether she was actual target is debatable, but either way, the intent was to frame the person who didn't get stabbed for the crime. So I guess that next time we will dance our dance with Herlock Sholmes again to figure out what actually happened. In the meantime, up here's a playlist of my Persona 5 Royal playthrough, and down here is a video that YouTube recommends. Of course, a very special thank you to all of my supporters on YouTube and Patreon. Your support is very much appreciated. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!